every single time a prospect shows up on a call with you, they decide, do I trust him or do I close off? And the thing is, the script writing gurus will tell you it's all about the words you say. It's all about how you present a certain sentence. The difference is in the specific words you choose. But what most people miss out on is that the true difference is in the way you speak. It's in how you deliver it, not the words you say, but how you say them. Because if you can't speak confidently and authentically in a way that connects with the prospect, then nothing's gonna happen. No one is going to buy, even if you have the perfect script. If I was to give the perfect script to someone with social anxiety who's awkward as fuck, nothing's gonna happen. So in this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you the 5 mistakes that are currently destroying your speaking. And I promise you wanna stay until the end because I saved the best one for last. Not only did I save the best one for last, but these 5 principles are what allowed me to go from being bullied, diagnosed with social anxiety, broke as fuck in every sense of the word, to next thing you know, today I get to get paid to speak on stages. I built a 6-figure audience. I closed hundreds of deals as a result. Last month I made $20,000. I keep on raising my price for my high ticket program because my closing rate keeps on staying above 50%, and that's not a good thing for my salespeople out there. You gotta raise your price. And the best thing about it, and this is what I teach my clients as well, is I have no script. I understand the first principles, but I'm not following a specific script. And that's how I got my client to close his first high ticket deal without a script. And this is the most important win of them all. All of this journey, figuring out these 5 mistakes, is what allowed me to now launch Born to Speak, which is on its way to become the #1 community on Skool for public speaking, influence, and charisma. This is what I teach my people, and we dive at a much deeper level in there, and I give them live feedback on workshops. I give them feedback on their content, on their sales calls. It's a beautiful community, and best thing, it's free. But don't go yet. I wanna earn your trust first. So the first mistake that most salespeople do is breaking the improv rule. Breaking the improv rule. The quality of a leader and an expert is measured by their capacity to deliver under pressure and in moments of uncertainty. Sales influence is literally a transfer of certainty. Why do people turn to leaders when things go wrong and things go unexpected? Why do kids turn to their parents to know what's going on? Is it because the parents are somehow perfect humans? Is it because the leaders are somehow perfect humans? No. Most of the time, they actually don't even know what the heck is going on either. However, they have developed this sense of certainty. This sense of, you know what, I'll figure it out no matter what. This is what I mean by the improv rule. Your prospect, same thing with women, by the way, what I teach you here with sales applies to relationships, to dating as well. Matter of fact, a big part of what I learned in sales came from my years of being a dating coach and being in the world of cold approaching. Very interesting stuff. We talk a lot about that in Born to Speak as well. But coming back to the point, the improv rule. Your prospect will test you. Your woman will test you. They'll test your frame. They'll test how solid you are in what you're teaching, but most importantly, how certain you are. Because if you follow a script word by word and your prospect says something unexpected, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Then you're fucked. No one wants to speak or to trust or to buy from someone who, as soon as things go off script, as soon as there is a surprise, their frame is shaken, they fall. Because life will hit you with surprises. And we all know that. So what's happening is a lot of people, I see them follow a script, and let's say the prospect goes into a whole other realm, or they skip a few steps that they were supposed to go through in the script, and now the people are like, oh no, and they just ask the next question on their script. Such bullshit. Guys, you are supposed to be able to deliver, to explain what your product is, to ask the right questions. Even if you're woken up in the middle of the night, you're just awakening, oh shit, and then someone asks you a question, you're supposed to be able to deliver in that moment. What is the sign that someone is an expert? how many questions they get. You think about guys like Tony Robbins or Gary Vee, their whole lives is literally people seeing them in the street and just straight up asking questions. And this is something I noticed in my life as well. The more authority I built online and in person, the more questions I get. And the more I get to practice answering on the spot. There's no way it's planned. In the workshops in Born to Speak, the full workshops are very often straight up improv. Because the person asks you a question, there's no way you could have planned that. So you got to be able to deliver on the spot. This is what makes people earn your trust. By the way, right now, there's no script either. Huh? Right now, most of that is improv. I do have my points, the 5 mistakes, I know them, but then the way I'm going to explain them is fully improvised. Your capacity to improvise and still deliver value is a direct reflection of how much of an expert you are. And how much of an expert you are is a direct reflection of how many deals you are going to close, because sales is a transfer of certainty. Okay, the mistake number 2. I want you right now to forget once and for all the "where you calling from, bro" opener. Forget about it. I am so tired of hopping on sales calls and the person just going like, "Where you calling in from, bro?" I've heard that question so many times. Anyone can ask me that question. That small talk question. Prospects want you, again, related to the improv rule, they want you to personalize your approach. Anyone in the street can ask, "Yo, where you from, man? Where you from?" How about picking something in their background? How about saying something unique about their name? How about saying something unique about how they're dressed or their background, or something they answered in the questionnaire, or where they saw you, where they find you from? The opener is such an important moment in the call. You want to break their patterns. You don't want to be predictable. It's like if you approach a woman and you go, "Oh, I just saw you across the street and I thought you were beautiful, so I wanted to say hi." She's heard that 1,000 times. Better than nothing. Just like saying this is better than just not hopping on a call. I agree, but you want to level up. You want to say something unique, something personalized. It doesn't need to be that deep. Again, no one wants to talk to a machine or someone who's following a script. Huge turnoff. And by asking that question, it's like, okay, you ask all your prospects that question. I don't feel special at all. Remember, always make the opener personalized. If you can't, then ask them, "How did you find me? Where did you find me from?" This is a classic question. It's already better than "where you calling from, bro?" Because at least it already builds some rapport, and it already makes the person remember why they trusted you in the first place, or why they were interested in you in the first place. And then I would immediately go to, okay, so here's what I was looking at. I was looking at your questionnaire, or here's what's gonna happen today. Here's what we're gonna go through today. Immediately you take the lead. There's no time for being little friendly. "Oh, where you calling in from?" Bullshit. Bullshit. Mistake number 3. Never, ever drop the price before the person has confirmed their certainty and priority. What do I mean by that? There's certainty and priority. I want you guys to completely eliminate the idea of the importance of the price. You want to know why I'm asking that? By definition, if someone had an opportunity to sign a contract with God, it's 100% guaranteed. We all trust God. And you sign a contract which basically says you invest $10,000 and you get $100,000 back within a couple of days, and it's 100% guaranteed. No matter what, that person will find a way to find the $10,000. Worst case, they're gonna ask a friend, be like, "Yo, give me $10,000 and I'll give you back $11,000 just for the service back in a couple of days." So that person makes $1,000 and boom, they make the $100,000. It's like, it's never, ever, ever about the price. It's not even important. So I want to see in your language. I say the way you speak. This video is about how you speak. It's because if you prioritize price in your mind, in the way you speak, they're going to feel it in the way you speak. It doesn't even matter. Price doesn't even fucking matter until you know the person sees the value in themselves, in you, in your product. They believe, they have absolute certainty that this will get them the result and will help them escape the pain they have. Plus, not only this, but that it's a priority for them right now, like today. You want to get all of that information before even going in the price. So in your language, bro, in your language, it's very important. This is how I got to close so many deals lately. It's like, I get the guys to understand, hey, what matters to me is results first. I'm all about results. I don't care about anything else. So if you don't think you're gonna get the result, I don't wanna work with you. I work with few people, very high ticket. I wanna make sure you trust you're gonna get the result, and I'll do whatever it takes for you to get the result. Then we go into the price, and then the price becomes a no-brainer. Even if it's multiple four figures, it becomes a no-brainer. You never wanna play the game and associate your value to your price, ever. I'll repeat it over and over again until it's drilled in your mind. Sales is a transfer of certainty before being a transfer of money. Awesome. Mistake number 4. Never, ever handle objections based on script. Always handle objections based on first principles. I'm gonna give you guys an example. My favorite objection handling framework, objection handling principle, is that the only thing that matters is that their certainty is above their level of fear. That's it. So I'm gonna give you an example. My simple framework is this. Whatever the person says, first step is you align 100% more. 100%, I see you. I see you. I'm with you on that one. Then the first thing you do is you isolate the objection. So no matter what, this always works. You can say, if you don't mind me asking, is there a reason why as soon as you're presented with an opportunity that you know will get you the result you want, and you told me you're totally 100% certain it will, right? That assumes you already covered the fact that they are 100% certain, so you remind them of that. Okay, is there a reason why when you're presented with an opportunity like this and you hear the price, you immediately go to, and then you say whatever objection they have? And if you don't mind me asking, what will be that reason? So what happens is you isolate the objection. Whatever the objection is, you isolate it, and then they'll give you a deeper reason. And guess what? Most of the time, what ends up happening is you can lead them to, hey, can I be honest with you? Because I told you, I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Can I be honest with you? Everything you just told me, like, it makes sense. I see you. Believe me, I see you. But it's bullshit. You know what the real reason is? It's fear. It's fear. So you isolate the real objection, which is always fear. See, first principles. It's not based on a script. Like, the person can give me any objection. My objection handling framework is the same. It comes down to, okay, do they actually have the certainty that he told me they have? Cool, if they do, then the only thing left is fear. So now my only job is to overcome the fear. And how do you overcome the fear? There's many different ways, but my favorite is to make them choose between two different paths, because I believe destiny is shaped by decisions, and they're in a moment of decision. So essentially what I do is I make them choose between the type of person that would listen to their fear and the type of person that would act in spite of the fear. Who do they want to be? Why do they want to be that? Boom, boom, boom. And that's like when you close based on identity. I want to be the person who takes action in spite of fear, because I have certainty I will get the result no matter what. Man, I'm dropping sauce for you today. I'm literally giving you the secret sauce. This is how I close all my deals. I understand first principles. Okay, you guys ready for the last one? The last one is my favorite. You guys all know the importance of rapport, right? People buy from people they like, they feel like, or they want to be like. Rapport, cool. But here's what most people get wrong. Matter of fact, we have already covered the whole thing, right? I want to paint a picture for you guys. I want you to understand. I want to reward you for staying until the end. Because you guys are people of your word, and you trusted me, and I don't want to break your trust. I don't want to break your trust, because if I win your trust, then it means I'm going to see you in Born to Speak, and we're going to get you incredible results. Remember, it's free. You can just join. The link is in the description. So point number 5. I want you to understand once and for all that the mistake that most people do is that the way they build rapport is like this. That's how they build rapport. What do I mean by that? In the beginning of the call, they're talking all about, oh, where you're from, oh, I like your dog, what kind of dog breed do you have, whatever, oh shit, like, what did you do yesterday, you grabbed a good cup of coffee, some bullshit like that. And then as the call goes on, now they get more and more serious, and now they stop being playful. Now they stop being interested in the person. Now they stop being human. Now they get all serious, and when it's time to handle the objections, oh my God, now they're all serious, and now they're following their little script and making sure, oh, I should do that psychological reframe that I learned from Instagram, some bullshit like that. And so the rapport, the whole call goes closed and closed and closed. It goes smaller and smaller. That's not how you build rapport. You want to see how I build rapport? Watch this. Instead, what you're going to start doing from now on is you're going to understand business is people, sales is people. The only way you make money is if a human being gives you money. And remember, if people buy from people they like, they feel like, or they want to be like. So what you're going to do instead is build rapport like this. What you're gonna do instead is at the beginning, like I told you, doesn't matter where you're from and all that bullshit. You can ask a pattern breaking question, something that is personalized, or you can just say, hey, where you found me, and then immediately go into the call. Why? Because you know that as the call goes on, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put some jokes here and there, you're gonna build some rapport, you're gonna make the person laugh, and even when it's time for the objection handling, you're gonna have the time of your life. You're gonna have the time of your life. You'll be like, yo, this is my favorite part of the call. You ready? You're gonna literally be playful until the end. The energy will increase as the call goes on, because as the rapport is built this way, now the person trusts you even more. The person knows you're not in there following some bullshit ass script trying to get their money. You're in there to connect with them and see if you can actually help them. And if you do, then you're gonna have fun and be playful with it. And by the end of the call, the person will be like, yo, that's my homie. Like, I trust that person so much. I want to have them in my life. I want to be closer to them because I know proximity is power. Proximity is power. I promise this right here is a timeless skill that, especially in the age of AI, think about it. Why would anyone keep an actual human closer if the human closer just reads off the script? What makes you irreplaceable is the human side of things, is the rapport side of things. It becomes the most important part of sales. It's the playfulness, it's the vulnerability, it's the storytelling. It's understanding your prospect, making them feel understood, connecting with them. This is what's gonna change your sales game. Talking about proximity is power. If you understand that the fastest way for you to get the result is to get close to someone who already has that result and who's helped many people get that result, then you will understand this is exactly the principle on which I built Born to Speak. This and immersion. Because if you wanna learn sales, or if you wanna learn a new language, what is the best way to do it? Is it to open Duolingo and learn 15 minutes per day, or being dropped in the middle of a country where the only language they speak is the language you want to learn and you have to survive? Of course, it's immersion. Immersion is power. This is the foundation on which I built the Born to Speak. We do live workshops with live feedback. We do personalized feedback on your content, on your sales calls. So this is where I'll find you. Otherwise, I'll see you here tomorrow on YouTube, or the day after, or the day after, because guess what? I post every single day. Awesome. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah.